and then I just saw everybody dropping.
The state of Texas is going to work side by side with the city of El Paso and with all of these victims.
Officials say at least 20 people are dead and more than 24 are injured following yesterday's shooting in El Paso. Police have identified the suspected gunman as 21-year-old Patrick Crucius. He's been arrested. Witnesses say he walked into the crowded Walmart with a rifle yesterday morning and opened fire. Panicked shoppers and workers tried to hide or escape once they realized what was going on. People also reported hearing gunshots from a nearby mall a few hours later. Governor Abbott confirmed everyone's worst fear.
20 innocent people from El Paso have lost their lives, and more than 24 more are injured. We are here to make clear that we stand united in support of this community. We stand united in our efforts to make sure that Texas and the local community, that we do everything we can to help these victims respond to this challenge.
This is something that's never occurred in my 22 years of being a police officer in El Paso. So as far as the remarkableness of him being caught alive, it's hard for me to speculate why this happened.
Along with the El Paso Police Department, the FBI, ATF, state troopers, and Texas Rangers are all helping in this investigation. Police departments across the country have also increased patrols near shopping centers after yesterday's attack. The president took to Twitter yesterday to offer his condolences as well. He said he's working with law enforcement as well as Governor Abbott to provide any support that they may need. Here in Austin, people originally from El Paso gathered at St. Edward's University for a vigil for those who died in their hometown. People shared their memories of the Cielo Vista Mall and that Walmart where the shooting took place. They talked about how strange it is that something like this that happens far too often in faraway places happened right in their backyard. They also called for leaders to do something in hopes of preventing this from happening again. One native we spoke to told us now is the time to look and move forward.
As the stories that come through after this is going to be about how well El Paso came together as a community, and how we've always come together. And so this will just the last thing people remember is the strength and the unity and the sense of family that we have as El Pasoans.
That group that gathered last night is asking people to take time to donate blood. To do that, you can head to our website for the latest information on where to go. And calls for stronger gun control laws flooded social media yesterday after the shooting. Two federal law enforcement sources say investigators are reviewing an online statement posted days before the shooting that may determine a motive. The online posting is believed to have been written by the suspect, who again is in custody, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. Representatives for both Facebook and Twitter say that the platforms are working to prevent people from sharing the suspect's statement of beliefs, and they're removing posts from users who do so. KXAN's Steffi Lee has been speaking with worried families amidst the chaos there. She brings us the latest developments this morning.
There are many different emotions this morning in El Paso as families are still waiting on answers about their loved ones. The people from this community say this tragedy does not reflect the city they know and love.
My brothers and sisters have been calling all day long. This is not right.
Edie Hallberg and her siblings still don't have any information about their mother.
I don't know where she's at. I've been trying to call her. She's not answering.
Angie Inglesby was shopping at the Cielo Vista Mall at the register minutes before the active shooter call came in at 10:39 a.m.
My brother called her and she said, I'm going to check out and I'll be home in 10 minutes. And she lives on Likens, not too far from here. And so I was fine with that. And then we didn't hear from her.
Lawmakers from this community joined Governor Greg Abbott Saturday evening and are calling for compassion.
I know the eyes of not just this community, this state, this nation are fixed on El Paso. And I want people to know that this horrific act does not define our community. What defines our community is the lines around the blood bank, the people ready to donate.
State and federal authorities are continuing to investigate the crime scene.
All we could do was to try to instill hope, comfort, and support, in also working toward as quick of information as possible for those who have not yet been informed the status of their family member.
El Paso Mayor DeMargo told us that it took police only 6 minutes to arrive on scene after the call came in. El Paso police tell us that in the upcoming days, they'll work on studying the scene as well as identify the suspect's motives. We'll, of course, bring you those updates as soon as we get them. In El Paso, Steffi Lee, back to you.